lap slower than Johnny at the moment, and the gap is now some 50 odd seconds. Bit unfair, the comparison. You got the bronze versus the pro, so of course this will ebb and flow throughout the race. The pro pulling a big gap now, but then at a later stage they are holding back in the 98 car to put the pros in a bit more towards the end of the race, when the AM will have to get back into the TF car, which we're on board with now.
So what's the minimum that the amateur needs to drive? Martin, do we know that?
Good question.
6 hours, I think.
Graham and Alan know off the top of their heads. I can't remember exactly, I have to say. Francois Perraudot in from 3rd place. Little telling moment on board there with Johnny Adam, the race leader in GTE AM, going past the pole sitting car, the number 61 car, in 7th place in GTE AM. The Lusic Racing Ferrari is 3 laps off the class lead after a couple of excursions early in the race. Here is our GTE Pro class 2nd place car. That is the AF Corsa Ferrari of Alessandro Pierguidi. Aston Martin's Alexander Lynn taking the lead. They did a short run and undercut the Ferrari by 2 laps to give Alex Lynn the lead of the race in the GTE Pro class. And the gap has come down to now 2 seconds, and Alessandro Pierguidi on what is potentially the fastest race lap for this car.
Interestingly, in qualifying, that lap would have been deleted because he well and truly used the track limits through the Porsche curbs.
Wait for the delay. We'll get a message in a minute. Black and white flag.
Well, it depends how many times he's abused the track limits there. Alex Lynn, early in his previous stint on fresh tyres, set 3 new fastest laps in a row for the car. One of which, or in fact a couple of which, were quicker than anybody went in qualifying. So the Aston was flying, but it's getting towards the end of its tyre life in Alessandro Pierguidi. At the beginning of this stint, only 9 laps into these tyres. So these cars should both do 14-lap stint. And Alexander Lynn for Aston Martin holding on in front. Our race leader in the pits again, Brendan Hartley, will begin stint number... Oh, no, he doesn't. Driver change. So that is not Brendan Hartley. That is Kazuki Nakajima, who takes over from the Kiwi. Brendan did a double stint then in his black nighttime helmet. Kaz Nakajima going with red and white, daytime or nighttime. Safety drive, it says on the side of his helmet.
Interesting that, Peter. Do you not think... I was going to say, he had a dark visor on and he had it down. I was like, that's going to be interesting.
Yes, you wonder why you'd bother with a dark visor unless he's thinking that he's going to be in long enough for daylight to come.
Four stints for Brendan Hartley.
Yeah, a double-double. And they changed tyres after each pair of stints.
My little weather app here says sunrise 7:43.
Yeah, that's official sunrise, but the sky will start to lighten 6:45, 7 o'clock, 7 o'clock-ish.
So we've still got another
hour, 2 hours. 2 hours probably of pitch black.
Yeah.
So equivalent of really sort of 2 a.m. rather than 4 a.m. in a normal Le Mans. And we talked about it a little bit earlier, you know, getting to midnight, getting to darkness, getting to the grid, getting to the start of the race, getting to your first fuel stop, all these little milestones you chip away. Getting to daylight is another big one. Now, of course, normally when you get to daylight, you think, yeah, we've nearly made it. It's the morning. There's at least another 8 hours, often 10 hours, depending on when the race has started and when it's due to finish.